You know, 3 decades is a long time, and if someone would have told me that I'd be telling Terry happy anniversary this year, I would have said, no way. But here we are, 3 decades later.
Well, the passion is still here. You know, Mark and I still enjoy hunting immensely, but really watching some of the younger ones kind of coming up through the ranks has been extremely fulfilling and rewarding.
I couldn't imagine a better way to spend a life than side by side with my brother doing what we love so much with people that we love so much.
The radiating summer's heat cast down as preparations were made for the whitetail season ahead, and finally, the moment you've been waiting for has arrived. Welcome to Phase 1. This is a new beginning, but bear in mind, it can be a tough beginning at that. Warm temperatures still prevail across the Midwest, which can subdue deer movement, so they're not bedded far from food. Considering the abundance of crops available at this time, those sought-after mature bucks can be hard to come by. So, good luck. You may very well need it.
Weather is a major influencer of whitetail activity, and that's why we came up with DeerCast, a whitetail movement forecaster to help you get ahead of your game. Now, let's join Matt as he fills us in on our DeerCast for Phase 1.
DeerCast for this phase is reading poor to bad for the majority of it because we have some really high temps. But we have a silver lining here on the 18th with storms rolling through, dropping the temperatures 20 degrees. Then at the end of this phase, we have high pressure again at 30.4 and rising extremely high, and the temperatures are again dropping. It's that time of year where these weekly weather swings really gets our blood pumping.
Now that we have our DeerCast for Phase 1, I can't wait to see how accurate it is. And as always, we'll be utilizing our foundation of tactics to better our chances. Now, let's get on with a new beginning.
There he is. There's old tuning Fark. He's been out here and been pretty regular. You know, Forrest has been coming over here kind of keeping a vigilant eye on him. We're trying to get a plan laid out. He's out there tonight, doggone it. Beautiful buck, just a beautiful deer. We've had an eye on him for the last 3 years now. This is a deer that we have a good bit of history with. 2016, we had some encounters with him. I had a lot of pictures of him. He got the name because he had 2 tines, one at the G2 with a common base and a little bitty skinny one that went right parallel to it, went all the way up, and he broke both of those off early on in 2016. Then in 2017, I had pictures of this deer early season, and as luck would have it, he broke some tines off as well. He broke his little inside flyer that might have been 4 or 5 inches long. Then it wasn't long, he broke his G2 off. So we were saying, you know what, if we're gonna take him, we need to take him pretty early because this one's a fighter. We kind of really figured out what his little home core area was, and he wasn't bedding very, very far from where we were watching him every evening. We're just waiting for the right opportune time to go in and try and harvest him.
All right. What is the temperature? I don't know. It's hot. DeerCast says poor, but it's opening day. We've got to try.
This seems to be a reoccurring theme. In the Midwest on opening day, it is hot.
We got 4 solid months of hunting coming up, so why would you want to sit in 95 and 98 degree temperature with the heat indices of 102?
Nobody else in the cast is even hunting. If this doesn't work, we'll see you when the cold front hits.
We get down into this bottom field, and it's a Muddy Bull setup. And this is that new farm from last year. We went in there early season last year on a whim because the farm was new. But out steps 2 different shooters. The one, which is a really wide 10, I had pictures of all the way through January 4th or 5th. I haven't checked the card because I don't like going down into that bottom field because it's just too sensitive. So we're going there anyway. We're gonna see if the deer we call Kenka is still alive. He got his nickname last year because Wade had a really bad canker sore in the first part of the season, and this deer didn't have a name, so we called him Kenka. We're in it to win it, that's for sure. Day 1, Phase 1. First movement of the year. 3 coons going to the water. That DeerCast saying poor has me a little concerned, but we'll see. It feels like an oven inside that Money Bull tonight, but we were smiling because it is the new beginning. The season has begun. We might have gotten skunked, but one thing's for sure, we're not going to give up.
They got skunked, so I'm thinking Matt, Terry, and I were the smart ones.
Just so happened DeerCast was right. You know, it was very nice down at the lake, just enjoying a nice warm breeze, sitting there in my Speedo.
We had to go to prove DeerCast right. I'm gonna stick to that story.
Who needs DeerCast when you've got Wade around? Wade's been in a terrible mood the last 3 or 4 days because we weren't hunting. Front came third, he's talking, he's jovial, he's running around.
Here's a DeerCast insider tip for you. Wade, he's actually the entire algorithm. The bigger the smile, the better the prediction.
We weren't even planning on hunting today, and just like that, the weather changed on a dime. We're hoping that this little front is the recipe we need to have some luck here in phase 1.
The revolutionary hunting app that took the whitetail woods by storm just got better. 10-day forecast, algorithm customization, detailed tracking insights, and much more. Get ahead of your game with DeerCast.
We hope you've enjoyed this free episode. To continue watching, start your free trial now.